90.3 WHPC now presents Law You Should Know. The law affects every aspect of our lives, our home, our jobs, and our recreational activities. Now, learn about the law and how to protect yourself against the loss of your liberty or property, and learn how to stand up for your rights and seek compensation when you have been wronged. Your host for Law You Should Know is attorney Kenneth J. Landau, a past dean of the Nassau Academy of Law, and frequently lectures to lawyers on ethics and avoiding problems with clients, and to the public on how to choose and use lawyers. This is Law You Should Know on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hi, this is Ken Landau, and welcome to Law You Should Know. Today we'll be talking about marketing ideas for lawyers. It's very important as lawyers expand their practices and want to communicate as much as possible in the best possible way with their clients. My guest today is Lindsay Marty. She's the founder and CEO of Above the Bar Marketing, which offers marketing resources to lawyers and helps them expand and grow their practices. Lindsay, welcome to Law You Should Know. So as we enter a new age with lawyers and everything is online and more digital, and the nature of the legal marketplace and how lawyers deal with their offices and clients is changing, how do you help lawyers join the 21st century and beyond?
Above the Bar Marketing is a full-service digital marketing company, and we provide a variety of services to help law firms get found online. The majority of our clients come to us really not knowing a whole lot of, how to get found online, how to get new clients online, and really manage their reputation online. So a lot of what we do is getting to know the firm and really educating them on their options and what they can do within their budget. Our services include everything from website design, social media marketing, lead generation, reputation management. We do a lot in the PR space as well. So we really offer a customizable experience for each client. We know that each firm's practice areas are different, and their firm is different than the rest, and that needs to be portrayed online, and that's what we help them do.
And let's start with one of those concepts about being found online. What are some of the ways that lawyers are found online, and how can lawyers maximize the chances that a consumer or a business person, someone in need of legal information or services, will find them?
The first is their website. Building a strong foundation with your website is extremely important. And building it to show up online is really crucial in the whole process, because anybody can, build a website with GoDaddy or Squarespace, but building it so it shows up for searches for attorneys in your area, in your practice area, is a lot more complicated than people might think. So search engine optimization is really technical, but making sure that all your website abides by what Google likes and what Google wants to see. So it crawls through your website and is able to pull you up for relevant searches. That would be the first thing I would mention. Second is lead generation. We typically put that into three main buckets when we talk about lead generation for law firms online. And the first one is Google pay-per-click, which is cost per click. Those ads are really strategically ran. The second is Google local service ads. Those are fairly new in the last couple of years that Google introduced. Those are local service ads that are pay per lead. They are recorded by Google and screened by Google. The third is legal directories. And legal directories are extremely important for a few different reasons. The first being search engine optimization. The links from those directories are extremely authoritative and send really good signals to the search engines about your website and your online presence. The second is reputation management. Those profiles like Avo, Justia, LinkedIn isn't a legal directory, but it can be considered one. super lawyers, those, if you claim them and optimize them in the right way, they will show up in search when somebody searches your name. So if you get a referral and they want to find out more about you, the first thing that they will likely do is Google you. And it's so important that everything that they click on shows relevant, updated information, and it's consistent across the board. And then the third...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The third reason is pretty obvious. They're great for lead generation as well.
So with Google terms, is it important to get as many as related terms as you can? And then there's a question of the area that you're buying, so that search leads to you? In terms of Google Ads? Yes. If someone types in Google to Google real estate attorney or home buying attorney, it's important to get as many related terms as you can in your locality. Correct. Let's say Long Island, New York City, a zip code. Yep. So with that example, if somebody searches criminal lawyer, Long Island, New York, you want to make sure that you're showing up as much and as often on that first long page of Google as possible. So, LSA, local service ads, pay-per-click, those are all, pretty keyword driven. And then there's your Google business profile, which is extremely important to optimize and get reviews to. That's that 3-pack in the map section that shows up for searches. And then everything typically underneath the map section is what we call in the industry organic results. So that's what the search engine is pulling up that feels is relevant to your search and your keywords. And to have a greater online presence, should lawyers also have blogs that use those keywords, publish articles, links on other websites, post articles on other websites, just to have as much exposure as possible? Absolutely. So that's a huge piece of what Above the Bar does for our clients. We have an entire content writing team dedicated to writing blogs for our clients, updating their blogs regularly, writing new practice area pages, new content to the website sends really good signals to the search engines. Facebook, social media posts, that content is really great. And, just making sure that fresh constant content is continually flowing through the site. And then within the blog, we always make sure that there are internal links to the website and external links that are relevant to the post. And then building those backlinks, that's a whole separate strategy, but building an authoritative backlink strategy really improves your domain authority, which increases your opportunity to show up organically for those searches. Does it help also to link, let's say, government agencies and other government sort of free information on your website, so people will come to you to hit that link to visit your website briefly while they're searching for other free information or links? Yeah, so we will externally link from blogs to some government sites if it hosts relevant information and cites something that we're talking about in the blog. And those are really great authoritative links, and also great for consumers looking at those other sites to see that we're linking to them. And is it sometimes to go a little bit outside your own areas, but to offer information that you think the consumers or businesses need, just to draw them to your site? So it'll be a welcome place, and maybe they'll find out more about you and the areas that you do handle? Yeah, I think, part of a holistic marketing strategy for any attorney or law firm is really having your marketer or, your internal team at the firm thinking outside of the box of ways that they can bring in more people to the site, more prospective buyers, if you will. So there's, building that referral network is huge. Monthly newsletters, weekly newsletters. There's a variety of different things that you can do just from like a referral and networking standpoint that can really help the foundation of your website also. And just talk for a minute about what you can do for networking and referrals, how you can try to use them on your website or expand your website with them. From a referral standpoint, a lot of what we do is
adding reviews to the website, updating reviews consistently so that if a referral does get your information, they're landing on a page that shows you in the absolute best light, updating all your awards and badges. For those awards might not seem important or might seem braggy, but it's so important also for search engine optimization, because if those are dynamic badges that are linking back to like a super lawyer's profile, again, more credibility. And a lot of our websites now, for attorneys that are really involved in the legal community and are speaking at events across the country, we will add like an events section of the site, like meet us at this state bar convention or this event. So there's lots of things you can do to think outside the box. Another great thing to do is embed your social media feeds right on the homepage of the website. That gets people engaged in what you're doing on social media, having it available to click on so they can follow you. All of that stuff is really great for referrals to land on.
And if you can get those, let's say you do charity work in your town or give a free program or help the homeless, if you can mention those organizations, put links to them on your site, perhaps have links to you on their site, that is also a way to spread the word about the good things you're doing and that you're not just a good lawyer, you're good for the community.
Absolutely. Those are not only great links, but people want to work with people that care about their community and, the people around them. So it's really important to make sure you're putting that on your website and social media in a meaningful way.
Okay, we're going to talk about do's and don'ts for websites in a moment, but I'd like to remind our listeners that we're talking with Lindsay Marty, the founder and CEO of Above the Bar Marketing. If you missed any portion of this program, the podcast is available at nccradio.org, and you're listening to Law You Should Know on WHPC 90.3, the voice of Nassau Community College in Garden City, New York. So let's talk about websites, especially for lawyers. What are some do's and don'ts to make them easy to use, not too many bells and whistles, so they download quickly, they connect with quickly, and show people relevant, pertinent information without too much bells and whistles?
So the list is lengthy, but I'll start with some of the most important. So obviously, mobile responsiveness is the most important thing these days. Everyone is using their cell phone like it's their desktop computer, and that's where most of the searches are completed. And making sure that your website shows up great on every size screen and responds to that size screen is crucial. And making sure that experience on mobile is fast. Again, we typically recommend that if you have video on your site, that those don't automatically play, because that will slow down the load speed, especially on mobile. So we really are mobile focused and making sure that there are tons of ways to contact the firm. So conversion is really important for us to make sure there are several opportunities to get in contact with the firm right when you land on the site. So sometimes there's chat features. There are a few that are quite annoying. So we have, recommendations on partners that we work with that, they don't pop up over the header of the website, but making sure that there is some sort of chat feature, because that's what people are looking for, that there is potentially a text to, conversate with an attorney, and contact forms on every single page of the site. And the phone number is prevalent and click to call on every single page of the website, typically in the top right-hand corner on desktop and front and center on mobile.
So people are still going to want to call, and you have to be ready to be ready to answer those calls.
Yes. Yeah, and we work with our clients a lot on their intake process, because we find a lot of times they're getting lots of great quality calls, but the person on the other end of the line isn't answering them, or is putting them on hold, or the phone is ringing too long. So a lot of what we work with on our clients also is what do you do after you get that call? How are you managing that call so that they actually schedule a meeting with you? And
you don't want to really rush to say, no, you don't handle that, because maybe you can help them find the right attorney, or maybe they don't know exactly what type of attorney they need.
Exactly. And having a really good referral network so that you can send those referrals to other attorneys, you will get those back.
Right. So you don't want to turn down cases. You want to refer them.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about video. What are some guidelines for video? Is video is important these days? Is it better to have a talking head, some kind of demo, a panel discussion? And so how many features should there be? How long should it be? And what's the purpose of video? Sell yourself, give some valuable information, be funny?
Yeah, we strongly believe in the power of video at ATB. And what we use video for in our video production is to tell our client's story and reflect their personality of their firm and tell their story so that when you land on their website, you get a feeling like this guy is going to help me solve, or this woman is going to help me solve my problem. I can just tell the way he talks that he is going to help me.
And how much should be about credentials, or should it be examples of how they've helped someone solve a problem or prevent a problem? Because I think attorneys, really what they do, they are problem preventers or problem solvers. So should they give examples of how they've done that and how they can help you do that?
I think in the video itself, it's more interview style. So it depends on which page of the site. For the home page, like the hero image or the main video on the homepage, I like to tell the story of the firm and how they came to be, maybe some B-roll of the area around their office, something that gives you the feeling that they're going to fight for you.
And also they're credible, they're hardworking, they put you as number one. Yep,
absolutely. And then on the internal pages, we typically have, a case results section that we link to from the home page. We have a separate page on that. We typically have a whole testimonial section. So some of that bragging stuff can be done in a really smooth way. And I don't think somebody sitting and talking in front of a video talking about, all these awards that they have are that meaningful to somebody who doesn't know what those awards mean. So talking more about how they help their clients, what means the most to them, why they love their clients, that is a more meaningful video experience. And then I also do like to shoot smaller clips for the internal pages of the website, maybe, for a criminal law firm talking about, something specific with OWIs and how, they're the best and the most skilled in the scientific facts of a case, something like that. And then taking some of these smaller clips are just so impactful for social media. I think anybody who's on social media knows that that's just the way the world is headed. Everything that attracts the eye has some kind of video on it.
And we touched on it before, but also trying to get a client to retain you is less about referral from a satisfied client or maybe someone else. It's about convincing them to contact you through your website and social media, et cetera.
Absolutely. And then, again, once they actually do make that connection, making sure that you keep them on the line, that they feel important, that you're going to take care of them. If the attorney's in court, I always recommend saying, hey, he's in court right now. I know he's going to want your call. Let me take down your number. I'll text it to him and he'll get back with you as soon as possible. Stuff like that just kind of puts people at ease. And then they'll stop searching. They'll stop going down the list on Google and wait for your call.
And it's just like the old days where people would complain attorneys never call them back. That's job one, to make sure the attorney or someone knowledgeable from the office does get back to those people, does get and return their call sooner rather than later. Yep,
absolutely. And there's so much technology now to make sure that happens, especially with the introduction of AI and sending those transcripts to the attorney and making sure that somebody at least gets back to them. It's crucial, and getting back to them in a really timely manner. So they stop the search.
Customer service is more important for lawyers and law firms than ever before.
Absolutely.
I would like to remind our listeners that we're talking to Lindsay Marty, the founder and CEO of Above the Bar Marketing. You've told us about, and you're listening on Law You Should Know here on 90.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College in Garden City, New York. If you missed any part of this program or you want to tell someone else about it, just go to our website at nccradio.org. Lindsay, you've given us many tips on do's and don'ts for lawyers and others. I know as part of your organization, you have a website with valuable information. Tell us about your website and some of the information you have available to lawyers and others to take their practice to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. Our website is abovethebarmarketing.com. Within our website, you'll see lots of videos, tutorials, and information about our specific services. Each page is very thoroughly thought out with video explainers. And we discuss, everything from lead generation to your intake process, tracking your return on investment. There's our blog has a plethora of great resources to help you start, manage, and grow your practice. And then we are in the process of launching our Above the Bar Academy, which is really the first of its kind resource that has a collaboration of the major legal tech stack players in the space have collaborated their content to make up the Academy. Some of those partners include Clio, CallRail, Lawmatics, LawPay, Ruby Receptionist. Really within the Academy, it's a place that you can find all of the resources that you need to learn how to start, manage, and grow your practice. And also included in the Academy is a first of its kind legal social media network where you create a profile, you can connect with attorneys across the country, you can collaborate with them. We have forums and groups, and we're constantly updating content. Every single day we add new pieces of content to help you learn and grow your practice. And we do watch the forums and groups and make sure that if content is being requested, that we answer you.
And you've told us about many of the training and services you provide to attorneys and law firms. You also run seminars for lawyers on how to do these things for themselves or how to do them to a greater degree. So just tell us about some of the seminars you've run and some of the ones you plan to offer in 2024.
Yeah, so we get asked to provide CLE accredited programs across the country for bar associations on a variety of topics, from lead generation, reputation management, website maintenance. And we're constantly updating our webinars and links on our website to those events. We also are asked by our legal tech stack partners, to guest speak on webinars and different case studies and things of that nature. We also are starting our own podcast in 2024, and we will discuss a variety of different marketing topics and have some really great guest speakers on that. And then we do host our own webinars and invite guest speakers from a variety of different backgrounds. Our most recent one was on AI for law firms, and we post all of that and the links to those recordings on our website.
And how do you think AI is going to impact on law firms in the next few years?
Well, like every industry, lawyers and attorneys are not going to be removed from it. AI is everywhere, and it's only continuing to get smarter. And I think it really will impact the way that the productivity of how lawyers are able to get things done in a meaningful way. It's getting there. It definitely is learning every single day, and depending on the platforms that you use. I could speak for a whole hour on this, but it's definitely going to be beneficial for law firms and attorneys to use.
Are there guidelines for attorneys in embracing AI, and especially in the marketing aspect versus, processing and generating the legal work?
Yeah, like anything right now, you can't trust everything that AI spits out, and I can provide tons of examples of things that we've tried to write with AI for our clients. It's not as trustworthy as it needs to be in terms of citing the right links and pulling up credible information on statutes and things of that nature. But it's getting there. And right now, I think the most beneficial way you can use it is I generate ideas on things. If you're stumped on what to write a blog about or a topic for anything, you can use AI to generate a bunch of ideas. And I just highly recommend that people don't use it to, write an entire brief, because that's not where AI is right now.
Well, even with marketing, you have to review and revise it and make sure it's up to snuff. You cannot just send it out there.
No, absolutely not. If you do use AI for marketing, that's okay, but just make sure you proofread every single word and link that you're using, and make sure it's credible and doesn't sound like a robot wrote it, because you can recognize that.
Lindsay, just give us your email address again, the website.
Oh, it's abovethebarmarketing.com.
Okay, I'd like to thank our guest, Lindsay Marty. She's the founder and CEO of Above the Bar Marketing, and you heard about the new product they're launching, Above the Bar Academy, and the various resources they offer to law firms and lawyers with their marketing and with their administration. Lindsay, one last thing. What do you think will be the next big thing in law? In
law firm marketing in general?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the emergence of AI is going to continue to grow. And, there's a lot of chatter out there, and we're getting requests to speak on that a lot. The other thing is Google's constantly changing their algorithms, and there's always updates to keep on top of. So make sure you're asking your marketer about those and staying on top of those so you don't lose any visibility online.
And I'm sure you'll help your lawyer clients to do that as well.
Of course.
I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Law You Should Know. If you missed any part of the program, you want to tell someone about it, just go to nccradio.org. And please join us next week at this same time for another program on Law You Should Know on 90.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College in Garden City, New York.